Hello, students. Hope you all are doing good. You all are welcome back to online classes. You all are taking your education online today, right? Hope you all are enjoying the classes. And let us start with our business studies session. Wishing you all a very bright morning, dear students. We were on chapter 2, forms of business organization, right? So in this chapter we are learning more about different forms of business organization. With the help of last two previous sessions, we have learned about sole proprietorship concern. Sole proprietor is a single owner. So here you have learned who is a single owner, like what he does, how to start up a business if he's a single owner, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages. So I hope this chapter is been very interesting for you all, and let us try to look what has been happened in the previous class. With the help of our previous session, we have learnt about few concept which has been related to joint Hindu family business. So our previous class we have learned the meaning about joint Hindu family business. So we have understood who is Karta, who is co-partner, who governs this joint Hindu family business, what are the features of joint Hindu family business, some of the merits of joint Hindu family business, and some of the demerits as well of joint Hindu family business we have come across in the previous session. Right? Yeah. So today we are learning the concepts of partnership. So, students, I'm sure you all have heard the word partnership, right? So, what is this concept of partnership? What strikes to your mind when I tell you the word of partnership? Yes, you may tell me, ma'am, partners are nothing but two different person who come together in order to start the business, right? Yes, very good. The meaning comes here for you all, dear students. Let us try to understand what is partnership. Let us try to understand some of the definition characteristics of partnership in today's session. So students, partnership, as you all know the concept of partnership, according to section 4 of Indian Partnership Act of 1932, the relationship between persons who have agreed to share the profits of business carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. So in simple words I told you all, partnership is one of the type of a business where it has been started by the it has been started by the two or more persons. So in order to start up a partnership, students, there should be minimum two persons. So here, partnership is a business which is being carried on by two or more persons. So they come together, invest the money, and agree to share the profits of the business. And here, anyone may start the business, and anyone may continue doing the business. And here, they will have a mutual agreement of sharing the profit. Clear? So this is how the partnership goes about. So it's a relationship between two persons in the terms of business who have agreed to share the profit, which is being carried on by carried on by all. And here any person may start the business and carry on the business when there are two or more persons talking about partnership. Clear to you all? Yeah. Now let us try to understand what is partnership is again. So students, that was a definition and this is a meaning here for you all. Students, a partnership is a legal association of two or more people who are engaged as co owners in a profit business organization. So, students, a person under partnership law is defined as either an individual, corporation, or a trust. Okay, so a partnership, whenever the partners coming together, two or more person coming together in order to start up a business, it's a legal association. Legal association is nothing but, according to the law, you know they have to make an agreement between them, and they can start doing the business. This is how it goes about. So if you ask me, ma'am, what registration is compulsory among the partners? See, students, registration is not compulsory. you know Even though when partnership is been going on, there may be some confusion which is commonly arising among the two different people. So in order to avoid all these things, it is always better to go with the agreement among them, right? Yeah, let us try to understand some of the features of partnership. So point number 1 is here for you all: how to form the partnership. Students, partnership form of business is governed by Indian Partnership Act of 1932. Okay, so in order to start up, partnership of business, it has to be started according to Indian Partnership Act of 1932. So here, the partnership should be on a contractual agreement between partners to run enterprise. Partners to run enterprise. So here, the both the persons who are planning to start up a partnership business, they should have a agreement. They have to agree with the terms and conditions, how to share the profit and loss among them, and how to carry on with the business activity. Clear? So point number 2 is liability. So each partner, say for example, students, there are four partners in the business. All the four partners will have a unlimited liability. Clear? So they are individually and collectively liable for all the debts are nothing but the uh, responsibility of the business. So all the partners in the business are responsible. So your personal assets may be used for repaying debts in case the business asset are being insufficient. Say for example, I'm taking a loan out of my business. Say for example, if business do not have a sufficient money, then it is purely my responsibility in order to repay back that loan from my personal money. So this is one of the case in the concern of partnership. Okay, and point number 3 is decision making and control. So, students, here the activities of a partnership firm are being managed through the joint efforts of all the partners. Any decisions are being taken here. If there are four partners, all the four partners should agree with the decision here, and all the four persons are being entitled to control the business. Understanding? So point number 4 is continuity. A person, say for example, in a partnership, say for example, a person is getting retired, or person is been dead, or person is no, not in a very good health condition. So if there is no guarantee for the continuity of a particular person, if remaining three persons are happy to continue, they may continue with the business. But if remaining even persons, if one is not able to continue, if remaining people are being happy with the continuation of the business, they may continue. Understanding, everyone? Risk bearing, the next point we have is risk bearing. So students, here the partner bear the risk involved in running a business as a team. I told you all there are four partners. So all the four partners will act as a team members. So here the reward comes in the form of a profit. So no, here they have to share by among the partners. Clear to you all? So here all the four persons in the business are entitled to bear the risk. So these are some of the features of partnership. So students, I told you all how many number of partners should be there. So here students, in the business of partnership, there must be at least two persons to form a partnership. So according to section 464 of Companies Act of 2013, maximum number of partners in a partnership firm should be 100. And according to Rule 10 of Companies Rule 2014, at present, maximum number of members can be 50. Okay, minimum number of members should be 2 in order to start up a business. So maximum should be 50, minimum should be 2. So they may ask this for 1 mark students, you should know. So there should be minimum 2 number of members to start up a partnership, and maximum number of members can be 50. Okay, so students, here partnership is a mutual agency. So the definition of partnership highlights that, fact that is a business carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. So mutual agency here nothing but, here all the persons are responsible for each other, and business can be carried on by all, and all the partners should act for each and every concern in the business. What do you mean by acting here, students? Nothing but each and every person should take up a right decision. They are supposed to, take up a proper decision, invest the money, share the loss, share the risk among themselves, and make sure they are being active in the business proceedings. So students, these are some of the 7 features of partnership concern. Now let me try to give you some of the advantages, some of the merits of partnership concern. Students, here in order to start up a business concern, A's of formation and closure. What is this? A partnership can be, formed easily by putting an agreement between the partners. So according to the Partnership Act, every partnership business should have an agreement among them, agreement between the partners. Clear to you all? So students, there is no compulsion with respect of, the agreement regarding the registration of the firm, and even the closure is very easy, and making an agreement among the partners is also not compulsory, but it is always better that, the partners will have an agreement among them. So A's of formation and closure is nothing but, so the formation and the closure of a partnership business is very easy. Okay, so balanced decision making. So here the partners can oversee different functions according to their areas of expertise, which reduce the burden and contribute to effective decision making. So partners can, diversify. They can, come up with a different function. Say for example, there are 4 different partners. One can look into the production of the product, one can look into the marketing, one can look into the finance, and one can look into the production unit, into the factory layout. So here all the partners, because there are too many persons in the business, you all know, he in the case of sole proprietorship, he is the only person, but in the case of partnership there are too many people. So here too many different people can come together and they can take up a balanced decision. Each one person can work in a different function area, right? One can go with the finance, one can go with the marketing, one can go with the production. So this is how, they can go into a different function and they can take up a decision, right? Yeah, the next point we have is more funds. So students, here all the 3 different persons have, have to invest fund. So partnership consists of more than one person, you all know that. So this make it possible to secure a larger amount of funds. Understanding everyone? So all the different person, 4 different person, we are taking an example of 4 persons in the partnership now. All the 4 different person will invest. Say for example, each person is investing 10 lakhs here. So if it is 4 different person, obviously it becomes 40 lakhs, right? So there is 40 lakhs very lump sum fund which is been invested into the business. So one of the greatest disadvantage of funds investment, it becomes advantage in the case of partnership firm, right? So point number 4 is sharing of risk. All loss and risk of a business are being shared by the partners. All the, say for example, there are 4 different partners here. So all the four different partners, they have to share the loss and risk of the business. This month loss is, say for example, 8,000. So each person has to bear the loss of 2,000 rupees here. Okay, so 2 into 4 is 8,000. Each person has to bear the loss of rupees 2,000 for this month. Okay, so it is not only the loss or risk. Anytime the business is being carried on, they it involves a lot of tension, and sharing the risk among the partners, it reduces the anxiety, it reduces the tension, it reduces a burden, and stress on the individual partner, because there is even your other partner, there is other person in the business, in order to share your all this anxiety, burden, stress, right? So this becomes one of the greatest advantage of a partnership. And students, very important concept in business is the secret. So business secrets can be maintained easily because partnership firm is not legally required to publish its accounts and submit its report. So one of the greatest advantages, say for example, I'm running my partnership business. So according to the law, it is not mandatory for me in order to publish my books of accounts to the public. So public will not get to know what is the secrecy of my business. I have my partners, and me along with my partners are carrying on the business activity, and we are very successful with the profit, because I need not publish my books of accounts. So here I'm successful. I have certain secrets of my business where I can maintain for myself. Clear to you all? So these are some of the merits of partnership concern. Students, it's time to understand some of the limitations. I told you all, whenever there is some advantage, it is followed by some of the disadvantages. So some of the liability, some of the limitations, I'm sorry, some of the demerits of a partnership concern are unlimited liability. So here students, the credits of a firm can recover their loan amounts even from their personal properties. I told you all, if partners are not able to pay out of the business, they have to pay from their personal money. So this becomes liability. This becomes a responsibility of all the four partners in the business. Okay, all the four partners will have unlimited liability. If this month they are not getting a profit, they have to take out their personal savings, they have to take out the money from their personal pockets. Okay, this becomes one of the greatest disadvantage. The next point we have is limited resources. So there is a restriction on the number of partners, and hence contributes in terms of capital investment is usually not sufficient in order to fulfill with the large scale business operation. So students, even though there are many of the persons partners in the business, you know they will have a limited resources. This is one of the greatest disadvantage, I can tell you all. So partners may not be able to pool lump sum amount. They cannot carry on a large scale business operation. It can be a small scale, but I'm talking about a large scale. Let us large scale example. Okay, let me take an example of this big bazaar or metro. So it can be in the large scale, and even though you can see they have too many branches, talking about metro or a metro or a big bazaars, right? So here the partnership concern, because they have a limited resources, they cannot carry on a business which is into a large scale business operations. Understanding? Yeah, this is one of the disadvantage. The next disadvantage is the possibility of the conflict. Students, whenever there are different persons, we will have a different opinions, because all the different man on the earth are different. We have different style, we have our own taste, we have our own preference, we have different attitudes. So each one of us are being brought in a different way, right? So when it differs, obviously the opinion differs. Say for example, if one person is taking up a decision, the other one is not fine, right? So here there is a disputes between the partners. Disputes nothing but there is a confusion among the partners. Sometimes students confusion may lead to the fight among the partners. So whenever there is a fight among the partners, it will affect the whole partnership business. So whenever there is a fight between these four partners, they may not be happy to continue the business anymore, right? This becomes one of the disadvantage. And lack of continuity. So lack of continuity is nothing but here, say for example the person is being dead, or person retires from the work, or person is insolvent. So students, here there is no guarantee for the continuity of the firm. Say for example, if one person is no more into the business, the remaining 3% may continue the business or may not continue the business. So it happens so it becomes one of the greatest disadvantage, where business may continue for a longer period of time or sometimes even no, right? Yeah. The next point which I have for you all is the next disadvantage is lack of public confidence. Students, I told you all, any partnership business is being carried on, they are not publishing their books of accounts. Whenever they are not publishing their books of accounts, it becomes purely personal business. Whenever they're not publishing their books of accounts, they may lack public confidence. So public is not getting to know what is this partnership business is doing all about. So a partnership firm is purely a private organization, so it is not legally required to publish its financial reports. So it is not controlled or regulated by government. Any partnership business is not regulated by the government. It is a private business which is being carried on by the common man. So as a result, so public may not have a confidence in the firm, right? So this becomes one of the greatest disadvantage. If public is not giving a confidence, public is not giving a good confidence, so your business may not have a regular sales. And this becomes one of the greatest disadvantage, where if there is no regular sales, if there is no regular sales, and sometimes it may happen so that the business may come down with the profit. And again, if people do not trust the business, they may not go with the business again. This becomes one of the greatest disadvantage, right students? Yeah, hope you all are clear with some of the demerits as well. That is nothing but the disadvantages of partnership. So students, here we have come to the end of the session. Today we have learned the concepts related to partnership. So what did we all study? Yes, today we have learned the concept related to partnership. We have learned the meaning of partnership. We have learned the features of partnership, some of the advantages and some of the disadvantages. So students, today we have learned more information related about partnership. I'm sure you all have heard the word partnership, but still today we have learned the concept in detail about the partnership. And yes, I want you all to complete with your notes and give your attendance on the comment. Time to tell you all thank you, dear students, and God bless you all.